I'm now joined on the line by Daniela Bobadilla to speak about the iconic US TV comedy series Anger Management. And Daniela, I was just on the phone there to James Black and Barry Corbin in the last hour, and I'm going to ask them the same question. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked him. How did the opportunity arise for you to be cast in the iconic US TV series Anger Management?
Yeah, so I had been in Los Angeles, because I'm actually originally from Canada.
All right.
And I had been in Los Angeles for 2 years by then, auditioning. And the opportunity came through my agent that they sent me to the audition. And I actually became really good friends with the casting director. And I auditioned, I think, 4 times before I got the part. And I embarrassed myself enough to get the part.
And I hear, Daniela, as well, that Charlie Sheen was actually there during your interview for the audition.
Yes, he was. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was at my final audition. And I remember this so clearly that he came out and he said, "Hey, don't be nervous. I'm a normal human just like you. How can I help you?" And even though I was so nervous beforehand and I probably would have messed up, that calmed me down so much. And I actually took him for his word, and we went in there as a team, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, I suppose, Daniela, watching it there, it's not what would you call your not your normal US modern type of family, and in relation to the being a teenager growing up in the Goodson house, it was definitely exciting to say the least. But your experiences as Sam, you grow up during the seasons, and we see everything from your parents from season 1 worried that you might be a lesbian, to your father dating your own teacher, Mrs. Hibbert, so that you can finally achieve that A in your report card. So there was some fair wacky storylines a bit out there for Sam to be involved in.
Yeah, very wacky. I mean, she's a wacky character to begin with, and everything that happens to her, it was so much fun. Every week I would look forward to reading the new scripts, and I would laugh so hard and be so excited. It's one of my favorite characters that I've played to date.
Yeah, and we hear about you also play a sort of sensitive subject in relation to OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, and to portray that role, was it your first time ever did you go for advice or in relation to how to portray being obsessive in relation to that nature on camera? Because it's a difficult sort of thing to pull off in relation to a comedy series, but not to disrespect it, but at the same time, but to keep a funny element to it as well.
Yeah, that was so interesting, because from the beginning, from my auditions, they had already showed signs of OCD, and it had said specifically. So immediately I had the same thought as you: how do I do this respectfully, but at the same time keep the comedy? So I actually did do a lot of research. I even met with a therapist just to ask her questions, and Jim, if I'm being honest, I actually found out that I have OCD tendencies as I looked it up. So it actually came easy to me, and the writers actually ended up writing in the things that I figured out that I do that I thought were just little quirks of mine, but that were actually OCD. So in the first episode, you see that she wiggles the door handle just to make sure that it's locked, and that's actually something that I do. That year I had just moved into my very first apartment. It was my own, and I was very nervous that I didn't lock my door, because if something happened, it would be all my fault. So I developed that little habit. They wrote it in. So to answer your question, yeah, it actually came easy. And as someone that has OCD, I didn't find it offensive. Yeah. It's actually nice to make light of it. So I hope that that's everybody else's experience, but at least that was mine. So it just felt very truthful. And I think that's what's funny about it, that she's just doing it and she doesn't think that there's anything weird. It's just what she does.
Yeah, and I suppose, Daniela, when you were doing it, the anger management series at the time, it was probably a show that if it was on TV that you would probably watch yourself, and like myself coming from that generation, that you would find it very amusing and to try and laughter. In relation to that being on set, were the scenes where that your character wasn't in, but you'd watch the shoot and rehearsal and say, this is right funny, and trying to keep a straight face, or bloopers and stuff like that. Sometimes the scenes that you weren't involved in, would you just sit back and watch other scenes and just say, the material here is just brilliant, it's hard to keep a straight face?
Oh, yeah. When we would do the table read, so I would get to at least hear all of the scenes spoken out loud by the cast, and those were my very favorite days because it was so funny, and sometimes we would get the script that morning, so none of us had read it before, so you would see Charlie read ahead, and he couldn't keep a straight face to even say the lines. So that was definitely one of my favorite moments. But yeah, I was known to stay on set. So say I only had a scene in the morning, I would stay on set all day long watching because it was just so much fun, and I learned so much from my cast. They're all so brilliant, and being the youngest, I feel so blessed to have had that kind of hands-on experience and education. And we were shooting so much all the time that it kind of felt like a boot camp. So I loved staying on set, and then I would watch the episodes when they would come out. So yeah, I watched my own show, but I studied it, and I really love it.
Yeah, and Daniela, in relation to your on-screen mother, in relation to that, the mother sort of daughter relationship that she had on screen, it was a very sort of caring, protective relationship, but then you'd see all the quirky portrayals of your mother, Jennifer, as well, in relation to situations that had forgone in her life, and her sort of relationship with Charlie was tied together in relation to yourself being the common divide between them. And in relation to that sort of a sense, in relation to that, the Goodson family, how would you describe the Goodson family, the mother-daughter and the father relationship?
Wow, what a great question. I think I would describe them as a modern-day family. I think that it's really interesting that Sam had to be the parent at times. But then at times they would step up. So I guess it would be, I don't think it's the most healthy family dynamic, but it definitely made for a lot of comedy. When I would be reading the script, I'd be like, oh, I'm the parent this week, or oh, I'm the parent this scene, or then they team up together. What I really liked, though, is that it showed that divorced parents, if they have a great relationship, it's actually really good for the kids. It makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So I really liked that it showed their friendship and that they were able to co-parent, and of course it made for really funny moments at times too, especially when it came to the other significant others. So yeah, I guess I would say they're a version of the modern family.
Yeah, and Daniela, you had there was guest celebrity stars that would stop by in anger management for the one-off episodes, everyone from CeeLo Green to Zac Efron to Lindsay Lohan being on set, and seeing for episodes being cast down the week, getting a script and seeing famous celebrities coming in to do episodes. Some celebrities at that time you might have looked up to yourself in relation to. How was that sort of intriguing for being a young female actress on set and seeing people come onto screen that have years and years upon years in the business, and being able to interact with them? I know there was one scene there with Lindsay Lohan where you come out and Lindsay's accused of stealing your sort of glasses. They're found in Miss Lohan's bag. And in relation to the interaction there, the all you could think about was just getting your selfie with Lindsay Lohan. And it's probably something that you might have thought about in real life as well, I imagine.
No, Jim, you're spot on. That's actually the perfect example, because that's how I would describe every time that there is a celebrity on set. I'll tell you a couple of stories, but that one with Lindsay Lohan, that was not acting. I wanted that picture so bad. I even brought my VHS copy of Parent Trap for her to sign, and I embarrassed her, and it was just so nice because I grew up watching her, and to be able to act with her, not only was being on anger management the biggest dream come true, but for it to bring little moments like that, it just felt really surreal. I felt really blessed to be able to see these actors that I look up to, and I still can't believe it. Just hearing you say it, I'm like, wait, but I'm just like this girl that wants to act. I can't believe I'm actually doing it, let alone being with those people that I look up to. They were my role models, especially for acting. And then I think Lindsay gave me some advice. She said to just have fun and to enjoy it, and if I don't enjoy it, don't do it. So I'm still enjoying it. Yeah, and it was so fun. And then Zac Efron came on set, and the most surreal moment of anger management for me by far was him coming on set and telling me that he watches the show and that he's a fan.
Yeah.
So the tables had completely turned because I was his fan. That's on High School Musical again from when I was younger.
Yep.
So to hear that someone you're a fan of is actually a fan of you and the show that you're on, I still don't believe it to this day. So,
yeah, and I suppose, Danielle, if we'd to look at one or two particular episodes in particular, the scene there about your horse, your favourite horse, butterscotch, and you go away to Charlie's group is taking care of the horse for the weekend, and you and your mother go out to go out with them as well, and you develop a sort of a crush on the stable boy. But at the meantime, Charlie is rendezvousing with his therapist, and the horse sort of dies in a state of shock or excitement. But Charlie comes back and he's sort of quizzical about you, and you say that you were off with butterscotch down by the lake and stuff like that. But the real sort of truth comes out and stuff like that. But those sort of episodes, just sort of, whereas the plot was pivotally centered around you. And another episode, then the Catholicism episode, where Martin wants to have you baptized, and he's sort of, whether he engineered the bicycle crash which you fell on, it's yet to be decided, but the sort of feeding on your OCD in relation to bribing you with rosary beads and St. Christopher medals. And what are your memories of, if I can just jog, I know it's a long time ago, but to jog your memories of shooting those two episodes, the butterscotch, the horse episode, and then the Catholicism episode?
Yeah, well, those are actually two of my very favorite episodes. Those were so much fun to shoot. Starting with the Catholicism one, Martin Sheen is actually a Catholic. So this was his favorite episode, and it was so interesting because he was so passionate about telling us about Catholicism.
Yeah.
So I had so much fun listening to him and Charlie go back and forth about Catholicism.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I learned so much, and they would be debating back and forth. And funny enough, Martin actually bought a rosary and gave it to me in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really special. So the rosary that you see there, he actually gave to me, and he blessed it for me. And we had some great conversations. And then while we were shooting the rosary scene, that's actually when Zac Efron came on set.
All right.
So I'm sure that's why I remember that episode so vividly. And I just love those scenes. It was such an honor to work with Martin and Charlie already. So for me to have a nice souvenir from that is really special. So that one was a lot of fun. And I'm a person of faith too, so I love that was brought into the show. And then for the horse episode, that was just so much fun. First of all, the horse, I think his name was M6.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful. Oh, I loved spending that week with him. But yeah, I just thought that was such a well-written episode with so many plot lines circling around and how they all tied in together. It almost felt like a farce. And I love farces very much. So, yeah, I don't know that I have any specific memories. My parents actually visited me that week on set, so that was really fun for them to see. But yeah, I guess it was just fun. And also, I don't know if you remember, but from the first episode of Anger Management where Sam is lying to her friends that she has had sex.
All right,
and she talks about a stable boy. Yeah, so it was like this full circle moment. I just thought that was so brilliant. Yeah. I just loved doing that episode. It was so well written.
Yeah, and Daniela, if someone said to you and they sought Sam Goodson and they put two sentences underneath a dictionary and left them blank and said Daniela Bobadilla, how would you describe, if you would like to be remembered for your role as playing Sam Goodson in Anger Management, what would you like those two sentences to read in that dictionary?
Oh my goodness. Wow. Had so much fun.
Yeah.
Had so much fun getting to be her true quirky self.
Mm.
Through the character of Sam.
Mm. And Daniela, it's sort of anger management, it sort of propelled you. I know you're working on another blockbusting USA TV series, The Middle, and you're working on I think you're working on a movie, Harmless, if I'm not mistaken. They're due to be in production. Yeah?
Yeah. So I'm on The Middle right now, and
Yeah.
we're actually about to go into our last month. So I'm very sad that it's ending. I'm trying to enjoy every single minute of it. And actually it's with the same casting director from Anger Management. So it came as a direct result of Anger Management. So I'm forever grateful for Anger Management for that.
And Daniela, before we let you go now, we've been running for the last 6 or 7 months, we've been running a celebrity quiz. We had celebrities all over the world, from Tara Reid, Bill Duke, Robert Davi, Will Wheaton, Melissa Fumero from Big Bang Theory. We've had everyone, Andy Samberg, we've had practically everyone on it. And it's just simple. It's called a simple 10 questions about Ireland. James Black just had a go there recently, and he managed 5 out of 10. So do you want to have a go and try and beat it? It's 10 simple questions. We'll see where you land on the leaderboard. Our current leader is, you might know him, Scott Grimes from The Orville. He plays Steve in American Dad. So he's our current leader. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh my goodness, I'm so embarrassed already. Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Okay, Daniela Bobadilla, you're a celebrity. How well do you know Ireland? First question.
I don't.
Can you name any colour of the Irish flag?
Oh my goodness. Oh no, am I allowed to Google this?
Huh?
Green?
Correct. 1 from 1. Question number 2. Can you name any county in Ireland?
Oh my goodness. I don't know that it's a county. Oh my goodness. Wait, I can hear it in my head. Dublin?
Correct. Correct. 2 from 2.
Okay.
Question number 3. March the 17th is known as worldwide as what day? What day is March the 17th? Correct. Okay, correct.
Yay.
3 from 3. Question number 4. Which of these is a famous Irish tourist attraction? Is it A, the Cliffs of Moher, B, Brandenburg Gate, or C, Oystermouth Castle?
C.
No, Oystermouth Castle is in Wales. We put that in as a sort of trick. It's actually the Cliffs of Moher. Question number 5. Which of these is a famous Irish river? A, the River Shannon, B, the River Rhine, or C, the River Lech?
A?
Correct, the River Shannon. Question number 6.
Yay.
Question number 6. Can you name any famous Irish sports star? And I'll give you a hint. This guy was in the news all last year. He fought Floyd Mayweather in this controversial sort of UFC mixed boxing match.
Oh, I did not know this.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Eddie. I don't know this.
No problem. Question number 7. What famous alcoholic beer was founded in Ireland?
Guinness?
Correct. Question number
Yay.
8. Ireland was once occupied by what country? And it's our neighbours.
I remember this. Great Britain?
Correct. The English, yeah. Question number 9. Which plant or shrub is the national symbol of Ireland?
Oh my gosh. The four-leaf clover.
Correct. And final question. Can you name any famous Irish actor or musician?
Oh, I just had this in one of my auditions. Enya? Is she Irish?
Who is this?
Enya?
Enya.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, she's a musician, yeah. So, Daniela Bobadilla, in a celebrity, how well do you know Ireland? You scored 7 out of 10. That roughly around 23rd, 24th place. Daniela, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show tonight to talk about anger management. We've already spoken to your castmates, James Black and Barry Corbin. We'll be speaking to Noreen DeWolf and Laura Bell Bundy and Aldo Gonzalez there tomorrow night. And Daniela, in relation to anger management, if you had the final word, what would you look back and how important do you say the opportunity to be in anger management was for your career to date?
Oh my goodness, it started it. It started it. I will forever owe everything to Anger, to Charlie, to everyone involved, and so much of what I learned in acting, I learned there, and I'm still employing it today, so I am forever grateful and indebted.
Daniela, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you tonight, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Cheers. Take care now. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.